as we begin.
Damn.
All the way in one.
All right.
Although I will be sitting down in a second. Go ahead and give it a start off. Oh, shit.
Shit, I'm not gonna see it over. My bad.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. Keep going.
We good. So you gotta take a little puppy break.
No, we're going.
I know.
No. I want to change the safe word.
Oh.
That safe word's been the same one for a minute.
All right.
So, what you think we should make it?
Well, for y'all on YouTube, you're about to get to see Wally's ass.
2 G's and a mic.
Or 2 G's and an ass, apparently.
Two G's and an ass.
2 G's and an ass.
But who's gonna be the ass?
Whoever our guest is.
John, you want to be our ass for this week?
Sure, I'll be the ass for the week.
Okay, there you go, Mike.
I've been worse.
So, yeah, for some reason my brain just spaced off. Instead of hearing the Ninja Turtles go 122 and a mic, I heard 2 G's and an S. So, yeah, here we are, guys, once again. 2 G's and a mic. I am Mike. Wally is Wally. If you're watching on YouTube, that's Wally's ass. You realize I'm incredibly tempted to just slap the shit out of you right now, right?
Yeah.
So, little backstory, folks. Wally has this problem relaxing around the shop now because I get bored, and I decided to just sneak up on him and reach back just as far as my arm will go, just way back here, and then just whap, smack his ass.
And bad too. Like you just were.
Just try and.
I don't know
for
why.
Those of y'all that are Van Damme fans, I try and dim mock the bottom one through Wally's ass.
You tried to like. Oh man, there's been times you've been trying to like lift me off the ground.
I thought I did that one time. I sincerely thought I did. When I got the good 3 steps there, I thought I got you off the ground. I thought I might have had you.
Sorry about the delay. I don't know why. I wanted to change it. We could change it during this week too, if we find a better one. It's just that was a good one.
Now we got to spend all week explaining 2 G's and an ass.
Yeah, but hey, we have the ass. So when we explain the ass,
it's Johnny.
It's Johnny.
Johnny will be our ass.
He'll be our ass.
Our official ass.
Nice.
All right.
So what up, peoples? What's up? Sunday night. Sunday. Dude, I love Sundays. I love doing this shit on Sundays. Fucking dope.
I'm just happy that I'm actually taking time off this week.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I won't be until Thursday, by the way.
Okay.
So, I'm going to stay home. Probably do yard work because I'm old.
But are you old? Or are you just leveled up?
1 year closer to dead is what I fucking am.
If you could pick the day you could die on, not the specific day, just the day of the week. Because, funny enough, everybody passes their death date every year. The day that they're going to die.
Yeah.
So, what, you don't have to tell me
like what day? Like, I was like, do I
I don't
die
know.
on like a Monday or Tuesday or something? I don't know, man. I don't want to die on a Monday. I'm too used to having those being my day off and being pretty good days.
I hate to say it though, man, and if this whole thing continues and all of a sudden it happens, but a Sunday. I
You want to go out on a Sunday?
I want to die on a Sunday. You don't know what day?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what? Let me go out on a Thursday.
Okay.
Because that way, anybody that I know that has a real job can take an extra day off for their weekend. Because I died the day before.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Like, sorry, my homie died. I gotta take the day off. 3-day weekend, bitches! Woo!
There you go. Even on mandatory overtime, they didn't tell
It's
them.
like, nah, sorry. Bereavement, you can't say shit. I'm sorry.
So good luck out there. Oh,
Yeah.
y'all need the, So I see you scoping through that history book again.
Well, I'm sorry, man. Well, you know how I am about biographies and shit like that. We've told that story before.
You're loaning me some books right now, so if you want, I'll let you take that one and just scan through it before even I start scanning through it, because I know it's just a brush on history.
Well, yeah, but
I love the Cinco de Mayo one, so any Mexicans out there, stop, just fucking stop. It's not. Go to Cinco de Mayo, and I'll even repeat it. Is that a phone?
Yeah.
Mine?
No.
Oh.
Kevin's client. Cinco de Mayo. Was that the 5th?
Yeah, there you go. What does it say right there about right here? Yeah, read from everyone all the way there to where it starts Cinco de Mayo. You don't have to read that, but read that part.
Is it all the way to there?
Yeah.
Okay, so First two and a half paragraphs.
This is the Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. What's the year on it?
May 5th, 1862.
1862. So for all you historians out there.
Everyone was so excited for Cinco de Mayo 2020 because it was also on Taco Tuesday. Wow. But many of us were stuck at home trying to avoid the plague. The pasty people making pathetic honky tacos out of sad old El Paso kit. Oh, God. Wash down the mediocre margaritas in that shitty Osterizer blender you have for a wedding present. Please tell people that Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. People on my Facebook page. Okay. Me. It's not there. Job done.
Exactly.
Mexico did indeed fight for self-rule. The country's Independence Day is September 16th, marking the outbreak of the rebellion against the Spanish overlords in 1810, a war that would last 11 years and result in almost 500,000 lives lost.
That's one of Mexico's biggest wars. Yeah. So, for all you historians out there, not a fucking holiday.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo, let's go get drunk. Do you know anything about what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
But, I mean, you think about it. If you tell most of the, white people that Christmas was taken from pagan holidays,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to acknowledge that either. So the fact that they just jacked the Mexican holiday shouldn't be very surprising at all.
Yeah, this is true.
They're like, you know what? If we tell them it's a Mexican holiday, they'll buy more beer.
Yes.
Good
I
marketing.
mean, the marketing too, 4th of July. It's literally
Instead
Independence Day.
of red, white, and blue, it's red, white, and green everywhere.
So here's what it is. You go from there and it's like, okay, 4th of July, Cinco de Mayo. Okay? It's just, they both symbolize, or supposedly, independence.
Because it sounds like July 4th. They're like, oh, no, it's
Well,
Independence
it
Day.
just flows. It just flows. That's
No,
all
it does.
is.
Very, very well. It does. I'll give you that. It flows very, very well.
All right, so I kind of caught what you said earlier a little bit, but I didn't catch what it was. And I don't know if you want to touch base with it, but you said you wanted to talk about a couple things today. And
Oh, okay.
one, I've only seen reactions, and one dude, and I'm not gonna call him out, but it's some dude on my Facebook that said to the president, if nobody's said it yet, I will fuck you or whatever, something like that. And he probably pushes more left. So
Yeah.
I don't know what was said yet. I wanted to look it up, find out what the speech was about. Ahead of time. Yeah.
Biden's speech?
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to touch base with that yet. I'm not trying to send you down that rabbit hole yet. Whatever you want to do, but
So you haven't seen anything from it.
only reactions, only people's reactions to what he said.
So
I
you-
don't even know what he fucking said.
Well, he basically said, put the $15 an hour minimum wage in front of me and I'll sign that bitch today.
Okay.
Talked about infrastructure. And there's some other things in there, stuff like that. But the thing that got me is that he made a lot of the remarks about when you change the system and blah 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 blah, and systemic racism and shit like that. And then at the end of all that, not only just is he going to help and make sure that systemic racism isn't a thing anymore, he also literally said the words, "Let's end cancer." Now, granted, he's like, let's end cancer. We have the ability. We should do it. Blah blah blah. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me in 4 years you're going to cure cancer and systemic racism?
No.
No. Choose one. You might make a little progress on one. Don't be dividing your efforts and shit, man.
Damn.
Because that's two whole different.
Cure cancer?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Why is he doing this?
yeah. I was like, dude, that's ambitious, bro. Like, I understand you want to, the racism thing and stuff like that. Yes, 100%. On board with that. It's a whole system that's broken and everything needs to be done. I get that. But if you're going to tell me you're going to do that and cancer at the same time, it ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
Because you got to find all the, the defunding the police and shit like that and everything that all the adjustments that need to be made. And then you have to fight all the pharmaceutical companies that are making so much money off of the medical treatments. Like, which battle
Which
do you
one
want?
are you
Yeah,
gonna
which
do?
battle are you going to fuck with first?
Yeah, as we're bombing Syria.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up. So I will go and research up on this fucking speech. I want to know exactly what he said, how he said it. But this is where it kind of comes into the play of God. I hate politics for what it is, but I get into it as much as possible because since I can vote, I've been voting.
Yeah.
It's our number one right as a citizen. But this is where, if I was to reach out to anyone, like we both go as independent, but if I was to reach out to anybody and be like, okay,
Right.
look,
Strong, independent woman. I don't
Somebody-
need no nutsack.
you're gonna start proposing all these factors. You're gonna start presenting all this information to the people. You're gonna do all these things that are starting to shine from your area. I mean, I was over here trying to make the president look better than he was today, obviously, because they finally, what, it was like a few weeks ago, he finally went on his first golf trip. And these golf trips, what, 1.2 million taxpayers' dollars? By the time he went on his first fucking golf trip, they had already calculated that Trump had already gone on 19 of them. 19 by
19?
by the same amount of time in office.
So in the first 100 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the time Biden, but they even started right when he went on his first one. They're like, yeah, Trump already went on 19 of them. Cool. Besides the point, he fucked over a lot. I look at it as cool. Whatever side you're on, fucking check your people.
Right.
Like, this is where it's gonna have to start from. I don't give a fuck if you're Democrat or Republican, and even the Republican side. I'm not trying to attack it personally, but give me an example of something you have been agreed on, like something you did agree on that the Democrats proposed that you were just like, oh, okay, I guess I could be on board. Give me one. Like, that's what I'm just trying to hear. That's it, just one. I agree with the phone number. I like the 911 number. Like, what is it? Like,
Wow.
so I'm trying to break it down to both parties need to hold each other accountable, even when their own people are doing shit.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't want to start with that, then start fucking off. Because this is not progress.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I was going on a little bit.
No, you're good. You're good, homie. You're good, homie.
I don't know.
Sometimes you get spicy.
Well,
Muy caliente.
the reason why I brought it up, and I'm going to point out Homeboy here, even if he's listening, because it's funny. Gerald, Homeboy Gerald, okay? He finally came in. And obviously on his page, he's been posting stuff, and it mostly is like downgrading the left, okay?
Okay.
Can't believe the president's this, blah, blah. One of his last posts was, I can't believe he got 80 million votes. I haven't met one person who voted for this motherfucker. And I'm like, okay. So he came in. Cody tattooed him. So he was sitting there, and as soon as he came in, he looked up at me. I said something. He's like, oh, there we go. You're going to start getting on me. I was like, no. I was like, I'll let it go. I'll see. And so I was like, well, what do you expect, though? I go, look at all this shit you post. He's like, yeah, I just like to stir up people. Like, okay. So by the time Cody had him laying down, he was tattooing the back of his arm or so. Like, yeah, I walked over to him, and I got right up by his ear, and as soon as Cody stopped, I'm like, Gerald. And he's like, kind of looked back at me. I go, just so you know, I was one of those 80 million people who voted. And he just was like, oh my God. I go, so yeah, you're part of the 70 million. He's like, dude, I didn't even vote. I go, you didn't even fucking vote? And he's like, no. I go, why do you sit there and claim it? I go, I don't even want to talk to you, bro. Then, real quick, right after, calling this homeboy on the spot, I don't give a fuck. Homeboy, Cody, turns around and says, yeah, well, they're just changing our lives and everything. It's all this stuff, just always changing and everything. The gas prices are going down. I was like, whoa. That's the first thing that you say about our lives changing. Like, this is the first.
Is the gas prices?
Yeah. I'm like.
Which change every time we elect a new president because of the instability of the country, so therefore prices get changed and negotiated.
Yeah. And then it stops so that we can get to a certain point. Right?
Biden's not special.
But so right when he said that, he started going, I was like, you know what, bro? You've already told me yourself you don't vote either, so cool, I'm walking away. And he's
It's
like,
fine. It's fine. You know what? I understand. So we're just not going to do this. Yeah.
Like, we've even talked about it. I don't care if you vote for fucking C-3PO.
Nope.
Cool, vote.
Nope.
That's all we're asking.
If you cast your ballots, you get to bitch.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't cast your ballot, you don't get to bitch. Don't really care.
Don't really care.
We're taking turns today. I got to tell you the George Lopez story, huh?
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Speaking of government.
Oh my God, it's another government thing with him?
So, I just barely heard this story a couple days ago. I think he was doing. Oh, he was doing an interview with Trevor Noah because he's got some new movie come out. It's like super serious shit. But he was talking about. Do you remember when Trump left office and somebody in the Middle East put out that like $186 million hit?
The bounty, and then he even said something.
Yeah, the bounty on him.
Yeah.
Right? On Twitter, George Lopez saw it and was like, "That's funny. The Mexicans will do it cheaper."
Yeah, I saw that one.
Do you know what happened from that?
Started to hear he was getting backlash, but I didn't hear what was going on.
The CIA came to his house with a dossier of all his Twitter shit, all his fucking like phone conversations and shit. And so they were like, "So did you think this was funny?" And he's like, the only thing I can think of is, well, not when you say it.
Not when you say it.
So yeah, like they came and did like a federal investigation. The CIA did on George Lopez for going, the Mexicans will do it cheaper.
I mean, okay. What is the big thing that you're always preaching about? Cool, freedom of speech.
You can say whatever you want. You are not free from the consequences of what you say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
what is going to cost for everybody to understand this? That's what I get at.
But my whole thing is like, how does that chain of command go down? Like, what dude was like, you see what George Lopez just said on Twitter? He said the Mexicans will do it cheaper. Get Steve and Bill in the fucking truck right now. George Lopez is a terrorist.
Yeah.
The fuck? How does everybody look at that and go, no, he's a comedian. Ha ha, funny. Have you never seen who George Lopez is?
Yeah.
Oh, here, watch this. 15 Mexican jokes in 30 seconds. That's funny. Like, how does it get that out of hand? They're like, well, George Lopez is going to try and kill Donald Trump.
And some people take this shit seriously.
I don't get that, dude. I'm like, where does a comedian saying ha 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 like 3 words on fucking Twitter gets the CIA at his house? Like, is Trump following George Lopez and saw the tweet? He's like, this motherfucker. He's gonna go. The Mexicans are using George Lopez to kill me.
He's trying to convince them.
Yeah, he was like, he calling up the CIA, like, yes, this is Donald Trump.
I mean, okay.
Go investigate George Lopez. He made fun of me.
Take it that, yeah, George Lopez probably, went a little far, and obviously the CIA is going to question it.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke on fucking Twitter.
And that's where we need to get back to that level, bro. Like, everybody's gone way past that. It's like, oh my God, he called me this on Facebook. It's like...
Well, see, but think about it. When I told you what he said on Twitter, your first initial reaction was to laugh.
Well, yeah.
And be like, ha, 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 that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, not, CIA, George Lopez is gonna... Like, how do you make that fucking jump from it's a joke to we need to investigate him?
Okay, so somebody who's making that insinuation, they don't know who he is. They don't know he's a comedian.
They're the Central Intelligence
No, not the
Agency.
CIA, the people who were tipping them off. But obviously the CIA is
Yeah,
the one that's...
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. My point is, how the fuck does the CIA get that? And be like, no, we've got every Twitter remark he's ever made, the last 127 days of fucking...
And they probably thought that he was being serious.
Phone conversations and shit like that. How can you have all that from George Lopez and be like, no, see, this one right here means he's going to kill the president. All the other things he said were ha-ha, funny. Mm-hmm. But this one, because somebody is offering a large sum of money, which George Lopez obviously needs, because it's not like he's rich or anything like that, obviously needs to get the $187 million bounty. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Okay. No, I in that case, that's just one of those
I'm just saying, like, if intelligence is the literal middle word in your department's name, I think maybe you do a little research.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, it's fucking George Lopez.
Yeah, do some research. yeah, come on.
I mean, you don't get to show up at a dude's house with a stack of 300 papers of his random
Explain
conversation.
this.
Yeah, it'd be like, Mr. Lopez, do you think you're funny? Bitch, I'm George Lopez. Yes, that's what I fucking do.
How did you think I got where I am?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm saying, I make movies. There's specials right there. I'm George.
Okay, how many people do you think have been pushed to that level? Like maybe Mike Tyson? Like they showed up to his house one day, like, I saw what you said here. Shouldn't be doing that.
Look, Mike Tyson's a little bit different than George Lopez.
Their professions are a little different.
Well, I would just if you've ever seen them, I don't know, maybe on camera,
Well, yeah.
giving a candid interview. George Lopez is basically a sober, well-read Cheech Marin.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson
Is a drunk.
fucking Mike Tyson.
It's a drunk Jamie
It's,
Foxx.
it's fucking Mike Tyson, man. Like, I mean, what's he famous for? Knocking people out quick, ripping people's ears off, and being like, yeah, bitch, I'll beat your fucking ass and eat your goddamn kids.
I'll eat your kids.
Yeah, bring me here. I eat his fucking kids. Like, I mean, there's a difference between those three identifying factors and George Lopez.
Yeah.
I might be, if George Lopez ever said something and I was just feeling an asshole, I'd be like, hey, George, fuck you from across the room. Not once, no matter what, am I going to be, hey, Mike Tyson, fuck you. It's a whole different distinction of motherfuckers, bro.
I still love Jamie Foxx's portrayal of that. He's like, you ever see Mike Tyson come? He's like a pit bull just walked into the room. He's like, whoa. Whose pit is that? Whose pit is that? Somebody come get your pit. Come get your pit.
I just love that he's playing him in the fucking movie.
Yeah. That's some mad respect because he already knew how.
Well, yeah, because Mike threatened to whip his fucking ass when he was doing the impressions on The Living Color.
Yeah.
Gets back around, he's like, nah, it's cool, man. If anybody else can do this, might as well be you. I made my peace with you talking shit on me. And
Carl the Tooth Williams.
yeah.
I still love when he came in like that. But yeah, all this shit's going on. What happened this week that we were talking about? There was something that I wanted to bring up that, let's see if it's kind of transferred over.
You start writing down notes and shit.
Oh, I have some notes written down, but I
Do you?
have them. Yeah. And then they transfer over from my phone too, so it's
Oh, see, I have literally a notebook next to my fucking bed. At like 3 a.m. I'm like, write shit down.
I showed you this one. I thought maybe we could talk about this real quick on the show. The Ocho Cinco thing, remember? That happened earlier this week.
All about his kid?
Yeah, getting some back.
Oh my God. Speaking of, that came
His
from
daughter asked for a pair of Yeezys and he told her to get a job. Fans are shaming him for it. Elaborate. I thought it was stupid.
That makes no goddamn sense. I mean, I'm betting that most of the backlash he's getting is from like 19 to 28-year-olds that are
Same as like
Yeah,
peers of his, not peers, but
well,
same
they're
age.
probably about the same age as his kid,
Yeah.
or at least entitled, and mommy and daddy should buy me everything and I shouldn't have to work kind of fucking kids.
Mm-hmm. That whole-
And it was on Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm. She posted a picture of the screenshot, and he started getting backlash of it. Yeah, something. The screenshot, because even I had the screenshot. I showed you.
Yeah.
I showed you the actual message. But no matter what happens out there, anybody who's on one side or the other of the spectrum with this, okay, cool. There's no reason to really debate this. But if you really think, no matter how much money you make, that if your kid's asking for something, and they've even said they're going to look for a job, and they haven't, why should you have the obligation of having to buy those, whatever your kid's asking for? No. For one, the kid's already trying to step up and say, well, I want to go get a job. Two, now you're just expecting for your parents to give this to you because why? Because, they make money?
Yeah.
No. I will just point out to that Jackie Chan, everybody knows who Jackie Chan is. He's straight out said to the media, my kids are not getting a dime of my money. They have to earn their own. So if anybody wants to give Ocho Cinco some backlash, go tell Jackie Chan that first and then come back and talk to us.
Well, and it seems like that when I pulled it up on Twitter, there was comments on there that were saying shit like, I thought he worked and got this famous so that way he could give his children a life better than what he had, or some shit like that.
Yes.
And I was looking at that, I was like, well, wait, just because he got, found a job, got really well paid for it, got famous for it, and has the money from it, doesn't that already mean he's given his children a better life than what he had? So why does he have to continually buy them more shit just because they want it? Just because they have a better quality of life than he has, and he has more money than he, his parents probably had when he was younger, why does that mean he has to constantly buy them whatever the fuck they want? Why can't he still make his children develop a work ethic?
So where would you tell people, how do they draw that line there? Of, as an adult, where is it where I can tell you as a kid, no. And then as a kid, you have to understand that, no, you have to work for it. Like, where do you see that at?
That's just how it works.
Well, I know, but there's going to be people out there, no matter how you explain it, it's just those ones, you explain it no matter when, they're like, no, he has money, so that kid should have everything. It's like...
Well, if you're not providing for your children, that's one thing. If you are there and providing and caring and buying your kids stuff and providing for them and interacting with them and being a father, and, they're old enough and said they were going to get a job, they ask you for something, as a father, you're allowed to go get a job at any point in time.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I used to say it to Gabe all the time when he was like 4 or 5. I was like, motherfucker, get a job. But then I fucked around and bought it for him because he was 4 or 5. I was like, it's not like I can say no to fucking buying action figures.
So you think he took that as like, oh, well, later on, he was like, well, I used to ask my dad, and he used to buy it for me.
Well, and he does it now. Like, he'll ask me for something like, what you doing?
Oh, you ask him?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, what you doing? Like, you get your homework done? Take a shower, you just take care of yourself in general today and actually function and be a useful human being, maybe do some dishes and shit. And, if he's done stuff, I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
And if I know he's been fucking off school or something like that, I'm like, nah, bro, you see all this shit? Yes, no, you ain't getting a goddamn thing.
What is one of the biggest things he's asked for that you knew right then and there? You're like, nah, I don't have to, and you just told him no.
I don't know, man. Shit, I put off. There's a couple of things like bigger Mega Block sets and shit like that.
Okay.
But I was like, nah, bro, you're good. You'll be all right.
What did he think of the Master Chief?
He hasn't seen it yet. No, he's been up at his mom's.
Oh.
Yeah, but we went looking for it the day before he went up to his mom's house.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I was like, dude, if you see one, snag one. Because they're hard to find now. So now it's literally sitting in his room on his bed. So when he gets back to my house, he'll walk in, that'll be the first thing sitting on his bed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, they had 3 of them there.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Dude, those are actually cool fucking figures, bro. Like, I've seen them built. They're kind of dope.
The only one that I've gotten so far is the Alien one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be... Star Wars is dropping some new ones like that, I think, in the Star Wars line.
They've dropped helmets.
No, I want to say they were dropping figures because I swear I saw one that was Grievous.
That would be dope. As a full...
Yeah, as one of those Lego Build-A-Figure ones, dude. Because Grievous is going to work perfect for that.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Kevin.
You like that poster?
They had it at Lego.
They had it at Waco?
Lego.
Oh.
Oh.
The Vegas store, huh?
Okay.
Yeah. They're like, look at our shit. You still can't buy it.
And then the red.
Or you can buy it.
The red
it cost
Imperial.
you $3,000.
The red Imperial.
Very nice.
It was pretty cool. It's got the staff.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So we have a little bit of a...
But it wasn't for sale.
They never are. I
They had to
get
be
the
that
feeling that it's
collab.
all just show shit. They're like, this is our next coming line. You have to wait 12 to 13 years, peasants. Don't breathe on the glass and please don't touch it.
I didn't know there was like 4 Lego stores down there.
There's 4 Lego stores down there in Vegas?
Yeah, there's one in the fashion show mall. There's one in
I'm just giving the viewers a little bit of an update, man. They can barely hear you.
Doing the backstory?
Yeah, why not? Kevin
there's
Joe.
there's one in the
all expense paid trip.
what the hell? The other mall, the like the one in Park City,
Oh, yeah, the outlet.
the outlet
The
mall.
Raiders logo.
And then there's there's Disney fucking stores everywhere.
Of course there is.
Went to only 2 dispensaries. Found some cookies.
Would you like to buy some cookies?
We drank those popsicle stick margaritas.
Margaritas.
Pushed. Opened up the door at the Applebee's. men's restroom.
Fuck.
Oh, what?
are you doing?
I'm giving the backstory. I figure they can't hear Kevin talking about his Vegas trip, so I figure I'll let them know what's going on with it. So, yeah. And he went to the
I
Lego store.
apologize for letting that go that long.
He went to the Lego store 4 times.
4 times.
Jesus,
No, I
I'm
only
so
actually
sorry, people.
went
That was like a
one.
full minute and a half of shit. I'm so sorry.
And like Fashion Show Mall is ginormous.
And the fashion show mall was
I will
has
slap
a
that
giant-
fucking microphone away from you.
There's a Jaimin named Enormous. What?
Wasn't it a hymen?
Yeah, that's
A
exactly
hymen?
what my joke was. You mean hymen?
You mean a
I just
hymen?
figured we're talking to the live studio audience right now, so I might as well just get them involved.
So this is how we're going to offset. You're like, I'm going to be a little further away from the microphone.
No, he's talking about his Vegas trip.
Be real close.
I'm gonna let him know.
Yeah, you like that sexy shit. You
And
want
he's like, yes.
some ASMR shit.
Yeah.
And yes, I do like the poster. So,
Yeah,
Yes, he likes the poster.
Yeah.
It's dope.
That Five Below opened up down there on Riverdale Road. I walked through there, dude. They got cleaned out in like a day.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't shit. There was like, God damn. Like anybody that's imported from California in the past year went and fucked that store up. It was empty as shit.
yeah, Natalie went the day it opened,
Uh-huh.
and then we went the day after, and there was
Yeah,
nothing there.
dude, I walked in there. I'm like, why would you open a store if there's nothing on the shelves? And I'm like, oh, these were all on sale. All their shit's gone. Like I swung in there because they actually Five Below's got some really dope T-shirts sometimes.
Yeah.
So I went in there. I was like, oh, I'll go look at the T-shirts. I walk in there. There's like 4 stacks left, like out of like the 32 slots that are hung on the wall. I'm like, oh.
Damn.
Then you turn around, there's a wall right there that says, hey, we're not quite finished setting up, blah, 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 blah. Give us a couple of days. And like the whole back, like 30 square feet of the fucking store is blocked off because they're still installing shelves and shit on it.
Oh goddamn.
Yeah. Of course, then I got to the front counter and it's this surfer looking dude and a guy in a Supreme beanie running the fucking front registers, which really aren't registers because it's personal checkout.
Mm-hmm.
And like these motherfuckers are just standing over there behind the counter, just like, okay, next, card or cash? Okay, just use whatever one. Like completely lost, like little motherfuckers running this. I'm like, well, no wonder y'all didn't get fully set up on time. You hired stupid stoners.
Yeah.
You gotta hire motivated stoners.
Get the ones that want to get the shit.
Yeah, the ones that get hired, like, dude, I figured out a better way to do this.
Yeah.
If I just throw them to you and you nail them in midair, you know, and instead you get the lazy fucks, like, bro, I don't even know what the point of a shelf is. Like, why do you have to have stuff to hang stuff on?
Can we just bring the box out, cut the front part of the box off?
Yeah, right. Why can't the people just come and pull it out of the box, man? Like, it's already there for storage.
Whoa. Brought some of that Vegas weed back there too, huh?
Don't start with your shit now. If you start sneezing, I swear to God, I'm gonna slap the shit out
Oh
of
no,
you.
I'm not sneezing yet. I don't have an urge yet.
I mean, I won't react as harshly because we're not in a moving fucking vehicle this time.
Elaborate on that. Tell the people. Okay, so apparently I have really bad allergies from Utah. I didn't even have fucking allergies until I moved to Utah.
Look,
And now, every once in a while, I'll get this kick of just fucking sneezes, and literally it's like 2, 8. Sometimes I've actually counted like 14 at times.
dude, it had to be. You sneezed for a solid.
2 miles.
Oh, it was longer than that. It was much. We passed Carl's Jr., man.
Okay, so everybody who lives here in Utah, it was right about the time when you're passing Farmington, right there in front of Lagoon.
Right as you go under the overpass.
Yeah, where it splits into Legacy, or you got off the overpass to go to
Yeah.
Lagoon. And by the time we hit Centerville,
You had gone past Centerville. I don't think I grabbed the steering wheel till almost Centerville, and there was a solid 30 more seconds of that shit.
Yeah.
So when he says that he has 2 to maybe 14 sneezes, it was a bad day because that from the second we hit the underpass at Lagoon till probably past the theater mark of Centerville, nothing. But him just eyes closed tight the whole time. By the way, he's driving. I'm in the passenger seat going, well, I guess when you gotta go, you gotta go. I'm gonna grab the steering wheel though. Maybe we'll last a little bit longer.
and it's uncontrollable. I can't fucking stop. I wish I. Just hold
If
it
you
in or
just
something.
shut it down.
Yeah, I don't know what to
Be a man.
fight my sneezes.
Men don't sneeze. God, shut it down.
Even Cody, after I fucking sneeze like 3 times, like, dude, I'm done.
It's like I just nothing else for you.
Cause I'll be back there. Like, shoot, bless you. Dude, I'm done. I'm like,
Actually, I do that all the time. People are like, the first time, I'm like, yeah, bless you. It's like, I'm like, bless you. The third time, I'm like, God doesn't exist. We done now? We square?
I normally yell Gesundheit.
Like, come on, done with your shit now. Just back to reality.
So what do you do when you hear me getting ready to start sneezing? You're like, oh, here we go, timer.
You know, I'm gonna start. It wasn't until you hit. See, because here's the thing: is once you really stopped smoking heavily, is when you sneezed for longer.
Yeah.
Because whenever you sneezed, when you smoked, you would get a couple out of them out, and then you would start to throw up. Because you'd sneeze so fucking hard that suddenly your stomach would be like, no, everything's got to come out now.
Oh yeah, a couple times. But it just, oh man. Like I said, I didn't have allergies till I moved to Utah.
Really?
Yeah. Kansas, all that cornfield, nothing.
I think it's like cotton trees here.
Yeah. There's a lot of cotton trees.
Yes, that's an understatement.
That's the.
Drive past my house mid-July.
It's
See,
just
and
snowing.
And just
cotton.
be like, why does he have snow on his front lawn?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what my
fucking
yard looks like
bullshit.
in July.
That's why during July I try not to wear black very much.
Because you're going to have
Because, not because it's hot. Well, I mean, probably because it's also 110 degrees and I'm fucking fat. But also because as soon as I walk out my door, it's nothing but snow across my black gears. I'm like, it's fine. It's great. My beard gets like 3 inches bigger, but I look like Santa Claus.
No, there you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Christmas in July.
Pretty much.
any words for Scrub?
Did he say anything?
Oh yeah, he just said well, what did I send you?
Oh yeah, you did send me the screenshot, didn't
Yeah.
you?
Scrub.
Scrub. That's his name?
You've met him.
Scrub.
His client.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah. You have Romer, I have Scrub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has Jiminy.
Jiminy Cricket?
I ain't got no body.
Who the fuck is Jiminy?
What the fuck, Jimmy? So yeah, I like that his Scrub. I'm glad that I can make your nipples hard.
Nicholas?
Oh, just wait till we get him on the show. He's gonna be
It's gonna get bad.
he's gonna feel a lot of nipple touching.
That's why we're putting him in the short stool so you can't see that we're doing it.
He's gonna be right in the middle. So what else was on your mind today that you said I have a few things?
Oh.
Because you already gave everybody your review on. Lo and behold, it was the Mortal Kombat movie. But
Yeah, I was kind of thinking. I was like, are we gonna bring this back up?
Yeah, this is
Like,
one day back.
Are we having this Mortal Kombat debate again?
Although anybody out there who are nerds like us,
The original Mortal Kombat is still a better movie. What are we talking about?
No, Tuesday,
Tuesday.
May 4th.
Yeah. May the Force be with you on
May
Tuesday.
May the 4th be
Bad
with you.
Batch.
Yeah.
Yes.
End of the Clone Wars, beginning of the Bad Batch.
Yes.
We get one. Oh, so that means we get one on Tuesday and Friday.
Yes.
Are they gonna be releasing them on Friday?
Because they're going to start releasing them on Friday, so that first week you get 2 of them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday night, midnight.
Yep. Boom. Same time you turn on Winter Soldier and all that shit.
Yep.
Boom.
We watched the making of. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Disney's holding on.
Right on it.
I had a big talk with homeboy Albion yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Big shout out to Albion.
I
I
love
just want to
Albion.
give him a heads up. He invited me over to Rogue Toys. Rogue Toys, Salt Lake. Love them. They're a great place. I don't know if you've ever been there. They're having a trade night every first Saturday of
Oh,
the
yeah,
month.
yeah.
They do the trade night. He asked me to go. We went, and it's pretty neat. Walk in, they had some food there. If you wore a Star Wars shirt yesterday, it was Star Wars themed.
Oh, shit.
You get entry for going. You get an entry in the raffle for buying something, and then you get an entry in the raffle for having a Star Wars T-shirt. After that, when we got there, like it was already pretty packed. They had people outside, had some tables up with stuff, people on the inside. And one dude that I walked up to, I saw that he had some like little Star Wars, the 3-inch ones. And I've been barely starting to get into them, but I'm getting into them more.
Like the 375s?
Yeah. And it was the Scout Trooper and Captain Rex.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like the first versions of the Black Series, the way that they look. So it's the first prints and everything, the orange.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah. And I asked the dude, I was like, how much? He goes, this one for $5 and that one for $15. I go, you literally selling both of those for $20? He goes, yeah. I go, I'll be right back. Because you have to go get a gift card.
Yeah.
You have to go buy it. And then they give you the gift card. You go and pay the person with the gift card. You can't give them cash in the store. Yeah, you have to do it that way.
Huh.
So I went over there. And the cool thing is that you're there, and you have an account with them, they give you 10% off. So I paid $18 for a $20 gift card to give him. And I got those two figures, basically $9 each.
Damn.
And then
All right.
Albion got same guy, he got a Vader. And the guy, he's asked him, he's like, how much? He's like, $6. He's like, are you sure? He goes, yeah. So he walked over, got the gift card, came back, gave it to him. He actually thought when he came back, he was like, no, I said 60. And he was like, no, here you go. And he gives it to him. And it's one of those die-cast metal ones, dude. I mean, yeah. I was like, holy shit.
Oh.
And then there was a bunch of guys there. I met a bunch of the guys that were in the Utah toy group page.
Yeah.
That was really neat. So
it's the first Saturday of the month?
first Saturday of every month, you can take, I want to say you can take toys and trade, but it's mostly you buy.
Yeah.
And everybody, and it's mostly all Marvel and Transformers and Star Wars. But it was kind of neat because at the end of it, they were starting to do the raffle. And everybody can donate too. Like if you brought a figure, you can be like, here you go, give it away for the raffle. And they'll give it away for the raffle.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So a lot of the guys there that were getting $10 gift cards, they would donate the $10 gift cards back to the store so people in the raffle could get them. They probably went through about 10 prizes. There was a couple figures, Mr. Potato Head with R2-D2 looking one, everything. And at the end, they had like this big old Darth Vader case that you open and you put the figures in.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
one of the old
yeah.
retro ones.
Yeah,
They pulled a name and they're like, I'll buy in, I'll be. He's like, you're never gonna say it. He's like, Yemen? Yeah, Albion Yemen. He's like, Albion won that one.
Oh, shit.
And then the last one was a picture. It's like they took pictures of the figures, but they reenacted a scene from The Mandalorian. He's holding the child.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful picture, like a 10 by 13. And they pulled the fucking name. It's all Walter Gutierrez. Oh shit, I fucking won. So yeah, walked up there, fucking got a picture and everything. So the next time I go, I think I'm gonna donate something so they can raffle it. So it was neat.
That's dope.
And then we left. We were trying to go to GameStop, seeing if they had one of these. He said they had some in Brigham. And then we stopped at the Target in Centerville. Boom, we saw them.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a fun week.
If y'all want to know what basic conversation between me and Wally sounds like, is that
Here at the shop.
That's the beginning of every day between me and you. Is a quick recap about some action figure bullshit. I'll talk about some sneakers and shit like that, and then we go on about our fucking day.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So what's up, Johnny?
What's up?
Did you watch that Star Wars?
I want to know if you watched that Star Wars piece.
No.
No?
No.
Did you now? Did you even just go pull up and just watch the
The porn?
porn part we were talking about?
No, actually no.
No,
Mm-mm.
nothing. Mm-mm. Really?
There was just something about it.
How does the nerd in you not have questions?
It does.
How does
I don't want them answered yet.
How do you, as somebody that works with a camera and does stuff, not be like, how did they shoot it? Like, what angles did they use on Grandpa's face that make this so fucking creepy?
Yeah, I
Grandpa looked like the Martians from the old Sesame Street with
Dude,
the jaw coming in.
Do you remember the advertisements for Bitter Beer Face?
no.
You don't remember like the Bitter Beer Face, and then like he's got his lip up over his fucking nose and shit like that.
Oh, those look
Yeah. Like it's all the old guys and Bitter Beer Face and their fucking bottom lips over their nose and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
That's what Grandpa Wookie looks like. Just add fur around that fucking face, and it's 100% that.
Oh shit. No, yeah, I thought about it a couple times, and I was like, "Do I want to watch this?" Like,
You're never gonna watch another thing that I suggest to you after that fucking movie, are you?
I even told Alien about that fucking samurai movie.
I done fucked up. I should have made somebody else do that so they stopped suggesting movies to me. And instead, I can't ever get you to watch anything now.
Well, I'll watch something. I'll get to things. Trust me, I promise. But
Look, I understand I hurt you and your wife. I understand that. I put you through a special kind of hell.
nah, she fell asleep, so she was able to get through that.
Yeah,
hell
but she's still fucking mad at me for it. Like, legitimately.
for making us watch it.
Like, when she said that to me the other day, like, she was like, ha ha, fuck you. She was like, fuck you. Like, you. Ooh, fuck you.
That was her inner Bronco fan too.
Yeah, right. That was the other part of it. She's like, you're still a Raiders fan too. Yeah. Extra fuck to you.
Yeah, so I told him about that movie. Basically, he was just kind of just throwing Star Wars around the whole time.
Yeah.
I'll put this on the fucking podcast because maybe other people out there can have the answer. And I will settle my arrangement here, like the way that I feel about it. If you feel different on it, cool. If you feel the way Dave does, cool. But it's the AT walkers, the at walkers, the AT-ATs. Okay. Dave also said that this is an at. You've said it's an at. I've heard it both ways online. I've looked up videos about it and heard people call them AT-ATs or at. Now, I don't see it being understandable. So, okay, we'll start with the chicken walker. That one's like an AT-ST. Okay?
The chicken walker
Whoa.
is a single robot.
Okay.
That showed up in the Invasion of Hoth because one of the guys made it and threw it in there because they said we needed an extra thing. Mm-hmm. That is completely different from an AT-ST.
But the AT-ST, even both of them, they both have like acronyms for their.
Well, the AT-ST is nicknamed the Chicken Walker.
Yeah.
But the Chicken Walker references technically to a specific one from the
the
Invasion of Hoth battle because it's got a different top pad.
Okay.
Like where the AT-ST is that big square pod. Okay. This one almost has like a canopy, like a pilot's canopy that's on the top of it with some gun turrets and shit.
Okay.
That's the Chicken Walker. The AT-ST is.
And then they even have the other
Chicken Walker.
Armored transports, the ones like on Rogue One and okay. So
which are just variations.
Yes. Then you have C-3PO, you have R2-D2, K-2SO. The way that his language is, I just don't get it that he would call these things at walkers because they actually mean and assault terrain, whatever, transport.
All-terrain armored transport?
You knew I knew it, man. I'm just trying to tell you that they have it has a meaning to the acronym.
Yes, it does.
So I will not believe that
it's not like the little baby name. Baby, what's this? And they was like, yeah, that's it. It's not how they got the fucking name. It's a designation.
Okay, so yeah, that's what.
So that's what I'm the droids refer to it as the designation.
So it's an AT-AT.
It's both. An AT-AT and an AT-AT are the same thing.
So why is it an AT-AT then? Just because it's a spelling?
Yeah.
Okay, well why? If it's not an AT-IST, if it's an AT-ST.
Because it's an AT-AT. Do you know why? Because people are fucking lazy, Wally. That's why. There's no fucking rhyme or reason behind it. It's an AT-AT because it's easier to say AT-AT than it is AT-AT. See that little like half second of fucking syllable you gotta say there for AT-AT? It's easier to go AT-AT.
Don't try.
It's an AT-AT.
Don't try abbreviating Volkswagen to VW. You lose syllables. Like I said, I don't get it.
It's we're fucking lazy as a species, so we can go. You see that? And then if you're super, you'd be like, yes, I did see that AT-ST.
Okay, so what do you?
What?
What would you say it's called?
In my vernacular, depending on what I'm talking about, how I'm using it. Like if I'm just saying like, dude, that's a dope AT-AT.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking actual logistics and stuff like that, I will usually refer to it as an AT-AT.
Okay. Yeah, I just always Yeah, like I said, I even watched videos of other people referencing it and everything. I was like, okay, fine. I want to hear it from George Lucas
It's
himself.
it's your measuring stick of how Star Wars nerdy you are in that exact second.
And I bet you anything, I just lost a lot of fucking points.
It does not matter. It's there. Here's the thing: is if that's an actual fucking argument that people are having, fucking why? Like if that's taking up space on the internet, unplug yourself. Get the fuck go see what the sun fucking looks like for the first time in 13 years, and check on your mom to see if she died or not, because you haven't been out of the goddamn basement. If that's what you're spending your time on the internet arguing about. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Totally missed me with that. That's fucking... Don't spend your time arguing that.
Really?
Yeah. Look, if it's me and you doing it, fucking around and talking, or the guys in the shop or something, yes, 100%
Okay.
have that discussion while you're tattooing somebody. If you legitimately go onto the internet to find other people to argue this with...
Well, no.
I hope you run into a motherfucker like Johnny who spends the next hour and a half just fucking with you. I hope you catch a troll real quick and he shatters your soul. Because you're on the internet. Maybe, I don't know, fucking learn something.
I love you too, bro.
You're right there. You're so close. You have everything at your fingertips and you could possibly educate yourself. But you're going to jump into a Star Wars forum and be like, so it's pronounced AT and not at. For all you plebeians that call it in at, I am much better than you. That's all fucking chat rooms are. I don't understand that shit. I have a hard time reading Twitter forums because I'm like, you're all just bitching at each other. Like, there's actually something important going on here that I could learn something from, and you fucktards are making me miss shit. I went from step 1, 2, 3 to now we're on 13 because fucktard over here was going, I don't like the way that guy's emoji looked on that one. I think he may possibly be racist, so we're going to talk about that now.
Like, it'll change the subject.
I
right
fucking
then.
hate people. Fucking hate people.
Is Reddit like that too?
It's on the internet. So yes, if you click on the right thing, it's all that. It's what Facebook is. It's what Instagram is. I have a hard time clicking on any comments on anything anymore.
Why you gotta come at me like that though? Ain't you biphobic?
Look. All right. Oh, we haven't talked about that, have we? Have we talked about that here? About me being biphobic, apparently?
You are biphobic.
I got called that by a 19-year-old kid. Getting screamed at on the internet about a term referring to the fear of people strictly by their sexuality. By definition, that is what biphobic is. I got yelled at for 45 minutes by a 19-year-old kid. I'm going to say kid because he had 45 minutes of his life to give to constantly yelling at me. And granted, I was smoking, so I retaliated back.
Okay.
But I got called biphobic because apparently there's a discussion on TikTok that's moved over to Twitter or Reddit. Must have been on Reddit because that's where I was. And apparently that if you don't date someone simply because they're bisexual, you are now biphobic. And I simply said, well, can't you just not date them because you don't want to? But that makes you biphobic. Why? Why? Because obviously you have a preconceived notion about bisexual people that they can't be loyal. No, I didn't say that at all. I simply said, I'm not going to date you. That was it. Mm-hmm. And he kept going and kept going and kept going. So I was like, okay, so let's do this. If you're at a bar and you happen to be bisexual and you go talk to somebody who you think's cute, who you're not sure is bisexual or not, mm-hmm. and you're talking, you're hanging out, maybe lightly flirting, and they catch on and they go, oh, I'm flattered, but I'm straight. Mm-hmm. Does that make them biphobic?
In that dude's mind, the way you said he's arguing.
He then argued with me, that's the exception. No! That's the whole premise! That's exactly what I fucking said! Whether he's gay or whether he's bisexual, At that point in time, I'm like, okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm very flattered that you find me attractive. Great, that's awesome. We have a good time. I like talking to you. But no, I'm straight.
Mm.
I didn't denigrate his sexuality. I didn't invalidate it. I simply said that I'm cool.
It's almost like he attacked you with a notion that you never even put forth in like having to even take concept of it.
Yeah.
You know what you've done in life, who friends
Yeah.
you have, and
Well,
so forth.
yeah, that's...
And all of a sudden, just because, now this is coming from his perspective, just because you would not get with somebody who's bisexual, automatically now makes you
Yes.
the biphobic
Yes,
one.
I am now biphobic.
And you do realize that's how a lot of arguments are happening in this fucking country,
Oh,
and how people try to...
Look, trust me, because I'm fully aware, because I educated myself on who I was arguing with.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know he was 19.
Yeah.
A 19-year-old was yelling at me and trying to shame me and tell me that I'm biphobic, a term that came to use in 1992, so I don't know, a fucking decade before he was born, is now yelling at me for being biphobic when he has no premise of who the fuck I am. Now, I understand it's legitimate to want to have that discussion with somebody. But at the same time, if never once have I used a slur or said anything denigrating or anything about their sexuality during this whole conversation, there is no point in time to try and yell at me about being biphobic when you have no idea who the fuck I am. Because I spent all my punk and goth years fighting in defense of cross-dressers, gays, lesbians, transgenders, and bisexual people that I considered friends from some ignorant fuck that wanted to say shit. Now, if me fighting all those battles before this motherfucker was born, you don't get to say suddenly that I'm fucking biphobic. That's not how this fucking game works. So I understand you have a voice on the internet. That's great. Educate yourself before you choose to fucking speak. And if you want to have that fucking conversation, I'll have that fucking conversation with you any day, all fucking day. But you don't, this is the problem with conversations like this on the internet, because nothing will ever fucking change. Because it's usually from a stagnant point of view from at least one side that refuses to educate themselves on who they're having a conversation with. The saddest part of that whole fucking thing is the people that are best of educating themselves of who they're talking to are fucking trolls.
Yeah.
Because they will find something that they can say back to you just to keep fucking poking at you. The other side will just blindly scream at you over the internet, and that's why there's never an actual conversation that's going to change anything that happens and takes place on the fucking internet. Even if there are things that come from those conversations, like, you know, somebody said something and somebody else said something on Twitter, they responded, and then they met and talked for a few hours, and things changed.
And even then.
But things changed because they met and got to sit down and have those conversations. So you're not just leaving some script on a screen that you can have a dialect in your own head that's not meant the way they say it.
And that's weird. A lot of people take everything out of context.
Yeah. They project their own shit onto it.
But and I guess there's not really a way to fix the problem, but I almost don't even want to argue with anybody on the internet because of that shit. Because
I literally, dude, that's the first time in years I've engaged in a conversation like that, because I got so tired of...
And I know it may sound weird, but did he even have good grammar? Like, was he talking with at least period?
Punctuation wise, perfect.
Okay. Because even that
Yeah.
fucking
If
annoying.
I was arguing on the internet with somebody that's writing in full paragraphs with every other word misspelled, or they're using fucking numbers for their letters or some
Yeah.
shit like that, if it would have been a kid like that, I'd be like, nah, get the fuck out of here. And I wouldn't have engaged. But given the fact that he was well written,
Okay.
So
he was trying to present.
Yeah. Like when I said denigrate, he understood what I meant. So if I can use a multisyllabic word and be like, yeah, you know, nothing I said was denigrating. And he was like, well, just because you say it wasn't putting them down. I was like, see, okay, you understood the words that I use, so therefore I can talk to you. But at that point in time, I should be able to talk to you as an intellectual, not an emotional. There's a difference there. If I'm talking to you intellectually, and all you're doing is responding emotionally, we're having two different conversations. I'm trying to actually communicate facts to you and have an actual conversation with you. If everything you do and everything that I say, you react to emotionally, you're not stating facts anymore.
They're not even listening.
You're defending yourself and your viewpoint from a purely visceral reaction when I'm trying to have a cranial interaction with you. Those are two different things. And most of the things that happen on the internet tend to be emotional conversations. I can't believe he said that. My mom, blah, 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 blah. My Uncle Todd said that one time in this fucking place, he was like, yeah, well, back in the day, if you read it, they whitewashed this and blah, blah, blah. And it becomes this void of just voices shouting at each other, but nobody's fucking listening.
Yeah. So everybody just...
But it's a great place for memes, though. If you have some shit that you can say in 2 lines that'll make me go, that's funny, share, and then just move on and forget that it's probably there, cool. That's a perfect place. Fantastic view of what the internet on all social media should be. And unfortunately, everybody spends their time on social media instead of going to any of the other sites that you could actually educate yourself on.
And then they take the information that they get off of the social media and, oh, this is true. Brian Tyler said it. It must be true. I was like, really? Like that's how you're just gonna say? You just, oh, well, this person said it. Like I listen to Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
I've heard shit he says. Does it mean it's true? The only thing I have gotten from his ass is that he is very biased to his Jewish ways.
Well, yeah.
And he will not admit to it when it comes to like creating laws.
That would invalidate anything he says.
yeah.
He admitted to it.
But I say fuck it. Like, Jews, let them have fucking Israel. What the fuck? I ain't cool. I don't need it.
That doesn't affect me, I guess.
People always talking about hate groups and shit and everything. That's why I like YouTube. I mean, that's just why I promote YouTube. On YouTube, officially, I will not give anybody a thumbs down on their video unless it's like degrading, like they're trying to hate or something.
Yeah.
Other than that, if I've watched your video and great topic, whatever you're doing, I'll like it every single time. Because why? Because it's a support there that you have to give people.
Yeah.
So I'll always give a thumbs up. I won't ever give a thumbs down.
If you're trying to be out there and create something positive or entertaining or something like that.
Not like the people out there fucking hating Jews and shit.
That's not racist and downgrading, then hell yeah, I'll be like, thumbs up, nice job, buddy. You put some work into that.
See, nobody cares about the Jews.
Yeah, see, we put some work into that.
Only if people knew. I want to redo it. Because I don't even think the bar itself was... Like, I love...
Yeah.
And I bet you I could use it still. I love the ending scene of it, of where the couple from the other...
from the other one, yeah.
Yeah. Like, what did he say?
What did he say? Yeah. I fucking love those guys. They're great.
Any of you guys that do watch any of these videos on YouTube, please, check out Punchlines. I've only got one. We've had 2.
We've only got one now.
We've only got one. One video was flagged, and maybe we'll touch base with it one day. But
I already told the joke, didn't I?
I don't know if
Didn't I tell it earlier?
I think you did.
I thought I told it earlier in the podcast. But
yeah. But we made a joke we made a video about the jokes. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do with Punchlines. So, kind of like one of the ideas I want to do is, once I get a few more going, I want to do the joke that Loki, her teacher told her, and the gym teacher. Basically, it was, okay, the devil, he's at the cliff, and there's stepways that goes up to heaven. And he's telling these 3 people, it's a blonde, brunette, and a redhead. He says, I'm going to tell you guys a joke on every single step, and if you laugh, you're going to fall.
Okay.
And so he starts telling the joke, and he says the first joke, and I want to do this video, and the first joke, I want it to be, a horse walks into a bar, bartender says, why the long face? And then they just kind of and then he steps up, starts doing it, right? And I want to tell jokes.
All the bad jokes you could think of,
Yeah, and then here and there, as it's transitioning from one joke to another, I want it to be old couple pulls into a gas station, old lady can't hear too well,
Hitler
and then
walks into a bar.
Hitler walks into a bar, all that shit. And then at the end, what the joke is that, at the 30th joke, he tells a joke, the redhead, she falls, dies. About 50-something joke, tells another one, the brunette, haha, she falls. And about the 99th step, he steps up, and even before he tells the joke, the blonde, ha, just starts laughing. And he looks at her, he's like, I haven't even told the joke yet. What are you laughing at? I just got the first one.
I love a good blonde joke.
And that's the joke I want it to be.
Yeah.
Horse walks into a bar.
Just tell it all about. You know, I'll bring you that fucking joke that I got. That's all RPG campaign jokes. Fucking that shit's, dude. It's such just dad jokes, one after another. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay.
Like, I think one of the jokes is, what's the biggest cause of death for NPCs in RPG games?
Explosions.
NPC players.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I've seen a D&D game go so south one day. Like, this dude took the staff and just fucking BAM! Just destroyed this whole city. Like, just annihilated this fucking town, bro. It was so crazy.
It's a literal game changer.
Yeah. I mean, people will just like. I thought only people flip tables with Monopoly. That one I would have not been surprised.
Yeah,
That table
right.
would
It
flipped.
would have possibly been there. Speaking of D&D, dude, that
The show or
no, I was telling. Well, Critical Role's got their show that I think is supposed to be premiering sometime this year, which is the D&D guys that me and Jordan watch play. That are all the voice actors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Got funded for like 23 episodes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon originally picked them up for like 8, and then they did a Kickstarter, which is now the fastest Kickstarter ever to reach like $1 million or something like that.
Oh damn.
Yeah, like just smoked it. So they got signed on for like 13 episodes, but they're doing animated versions of some of their story arcs on there. But the Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance video games comes out on the 22nd. Which,
Is it on all platforms?
yeah, like PC and everything like that. But fucking, I'm all jazzed about it because it's based on how me and Kevin always played Dark Elves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's based on. You want to hear some hate comments? If there's any other fucking nerds on this, if I don't pronounce this name just right, the way they like it, there will be so much hate on this.
Let's do it.
Okay, but the way I've always said it and heard it said is Drizzt Do'Urden. He's the dark elf with Guinevere the Black Panther and the 2 scimitars.
Okay.
You get to play him. You can play him, Canterbury, Wolfgar, and Brunner, which are the 4 companions that are in this book series that I read. I think it's up to like 30 some odd books. But it's one of the books that I picked up when I was like 5 or 6. That got me into Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that. It's all this character, but they have those 4 main in this fucking video game that's coming out.
Is it gonna be a 4-player campaign?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, so, and we were talking about it today, and I was like, Kevin's going to play the fucking, he'll play Drizzt. I get that, that's fine. You have to play Dark Elf and everything, I get it.
Okay.
Which I'm okay with, because I get to be Wolfgar, which means I'm a giant fucking snow barbarian with a magical fucking hammer. Totally cool with me. Cody decided he's going to be, if he plays, he'll be Canterbury, because he always has to play a female character.
Oh, okay.
So that means if you can play with us, you get to be Brunner Battlehammer, who's the dwarf. The big old fucking shield with just a beer stein on the front of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Brunner's a badass.
Hell yeah.
So there you go. There's something for all my extra nerdy nerds out there.
So how is it supposed to be say that they get mad?
Look, there's for that one name, Drizzt. Some people they don't overpronounce. It's Drizzt Do'Urden because it's D''RZZT.
Uh-huh.
Some people are Drizzt, which is adding letters. Depending on who's pronouncing it at certain points in times in the book, it's either a Z or an S. So sometimes it's Drizzt, sometimes it's Drizzt, sometimes it's Drizzt, and sometimes it's just Drizzt.
And how did you say it?
Drizzt Do'Urden.
Okay.
Yeah. Drizzt Do'Urden is how I originally read it. And then as I realized, okay, I'm adding letters, so it's Drizzt Do'Urden. But it's funny because I have a short compilation of stories about him on Audible from like different people. Like Ice-T reads one of them. It's fucking amazing. Sean Astin reads one, and there's a couple other people on it. But everybody, I swear to God, like once they get 5 or 10 minutes into reading the story, they forget how they were coached to say his name. So everybody starts pronouncing it fucking different.
Oh shit.
That's the narrator when they have to talk to him and shit like that. They change how they say it. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk to you about like the whole. You know how when we were kids that we were probably in that position that like everybody, if they, I have a problem and blah blah blah, and they start talking to you, and you know you kind of have that feeling like elaborate on this, and you start telling them whatever it is, and then even when you're in class and they ask you questions like, oh, what was this, and you know the answer. But it's like nobody's saying anything, or if you do say something, like everybody, so you just think you know everything.
Yeah.
Like you remember those positions, right? And I remember that shit. And the only thing that I could ever say, like, I wish a lot of those times, like, I would have just been like, all right, cool. I'll just sit back. I'll listen to what they have to say. It was always about from when I went from school to school, like from state. Like it was always a trip because I went to one state, like, oh, you didn't hear about this, or you don't know about this. It's like, no, I wasn't taught that. And then something else would come up, like, oh, or times two tables or whatever. Does anybody know? So yeah, and like I'd be the only one raising my hand. So all the times like that, I never really wanted to be like the shine because I didn't want people to think like I was trying to overdo it or whatever. But one time that I do take pride in, this was back when I was going to Bear River.
Said, no, I'm wearing a robe as Jesus.
No, the one time that we were in high school here at Bear River. And our psychology teacher, at the end of class, every day he would take questions out of Trivial Pursuit. And he would ask all these questions. And every day, he'd ask a different question, hear this, hear that. And one day he asked this, he says, if you can call this number, and he said the number, the full whatever. He goes, where would you be calling? And I looked around and everybody was, like, nobody knew, like they were trying to see who could guess first. And nobody. For about a good 5 seconds, everybody's just looking around, nobody knew, and I was like, I just put my hand up. First fucking thing to come to mind. And then it's like, yeah? I was like, the White House? He's like, correct. And everybody's like, how the fuck, how did you know that? Oh my God, how did you know the number? I was like, that was just the first thing that came to mind.
Trivial Pursuit's just going to pick a random fucking phone number.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be calling Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah,
the Denny's on 25th Street.
Yeah. You'd be calling the front gate of Universal Studios.
But yeah, that's what came up to mind, and I felt proud about it. Because I was like, that's the first thing that comes to mind. The White House.
Now I have a personal question to ask about that.
Okay.
Did you have your frosted tips during that time period?
I don't recall. Because that was during the, like the homecoming when they switched, and it's the girls asking and stuff.
At the City Hawkins Day?
Yeah, that's what it was.
That what that was?
Yeah, as soon as I was done with all that shit, oh no, I shaved my head. I was like, no, I don't want that.
Got rid of the frosted tips real quick, huh?
No, yeah. Funny how you have the picture.
I love that picture. I hold that picture very dear because I'm the only one that could ever go, yeah, but what about this?
Dude, I end up dying soon, bro. You're gonna be at the funeral and be like, hey, y'all.
I'm like,
check this shit out.
You ever see Wally with frosted tips and a wife beater? You want to?
Please do that.
But funny thing is it's saved in that same file that I have of me.
With no beard.
That I got sent when I was like 28. They're like, hey, you remember back in the day when we were like 19, we got these pictures taken? And I was like, no, send me the picture. And they sent me the picture and I went, who the fuck is that? Because I had bleach blonde, like bowl cut hair out of my fucking skull on cocaine. So thin that I didn't recognize myself in the picture. And when I did, I was like, what the fuck? I had bleach blonde hair? The fuck? And why? I weigh like 80 pounds. What the hell?
You don't even remember bleaching
I
your hair?
I don't remember any of that. Because the person that sent it to me, I hadn't talked into, or I hadn't, that's an interesting phrase, hadn't talked to in probably 20 years.
Did you remember this person?
Oh, yeah, no, I know exactly who it was.
Okay.
Trust me, there's some shit there that I'm like, yeah, no, why the fuck are you even talking to me? Oh, yeah, no, we're totally cool, yeah. Send me the picture. What the fuck? Yeah, like, it was one of those conversations like, I dare you to say something right now. I dare you to say something ignorant right now because I will find you and fuck you up for some shit you did 20 years ago. Give me one fucking shot. But yeah, it was, so when I got the picture, I was like, oh, was the guy when he was back in the day when he was running around? And I'm like, oh, I don't remember it.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what do we do? What do we do, man? We had really fucked up childhood sometimes, bro.
Look, man, we had good shit. I'm sorry. We wouldn't have done nearly as much dumb shit that we did that we learned from if everybody around us would have had a fucking camera on their phone that could send all our dumb shit directly to video, directly to YouTube.
Oh, dude, if we had cell phones back in the
Look, I had a pager and I had a cell phone that took pictures. I didn't have shit that would capture any fine-grained fucking video and then directly upload it to some vast majority of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I could take like a picture, like, poop, and you got, oh yeah, no, that's homeboy. But if you tried to do video on it, it was nothing but just moving black blocks of pixels and shit. We still could have got away with some shit until they were like, oh, well, that's his voice. But you can't do shit.
Mm-mm.
Like, there's a lot of... Because, look, there's a lot of motherfuckers we ran with that if they could have recorded everything we did to try and be some clout getting motherfuckers over it, they would have done that shit.
Yeah.
And I would have gone to jail multiple times for that shit.
I don't think we'd be sitting here telling
Fuck
stories.
no. I'd be in a prison somewhere.
Yep. So, yeah, thank you, technology, for not advancing as much as you did over the years.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I miss brick phones. What can you do on it? I can make a phone call. That's it.
Real quick, I want to send a quick shout out to all the sponsors out there for the podcast. Thank you all who listen to us. We are on Spotify through Anchor. We also go through Apple Podcasts. And there's a bunch more that kind of branch off through the Spotify channel. So anybody who checks us out on Anchor, 2 G's and a Mic podcast. We are now on episode 10. We'll send a shout out to Lane Vision Network. All of our production needs here. We just get going. Helps us out. Big shout out to Josie. YouTube channel, Jack Fanacles TV, if you guys ever want to check out the shenanigans. We have a lot of like mini movies and commercials for the tattoo shop. So if you guys are ever interested in seeing how we...
Hours of content out on a Monday on a longboard just talking hella shit.
Yeah. If you ever want to see... Dude, I looked up the first one that we ever went on. The one where I got Dave choking.
Is that on the very first run?
That's the very first video of like a first run that we did. There was one run that I did with Dave that I can go through and I can show you all the videos. But it's every single shot. It's almost like if I recorded it through Snapchat.
Really?
Recorded one, uploaded. Recorded one, uploaded. Yeah. But it's just me and Dave. And
Really?
Then there's the one where it's... I ask him, like, dude, because you're on that one too, about the lesbians, like they couldn't come out till 92.
Yeah. Lesbians couldn't come out till 92, right?
Yeah, so anybody who wants to check out those, I mean, like I said, we're having some fun with the shenanigans, which one of these days soon.
Yeah, we need to get back out there.
We need to get out there and we'll film it.
Yeah.
Gorilla Depot, check them out. All your t-shirt needs, go from there. We always we got the guys from Frankie's Tattoo out in Clearfield. Give them a holler. Not taking any walk-ins at the moment, though. Got to check in some appointments. But, yeah, hit them up, 801-773-7651 out in Clearfield. Any other sponsors or notions you'd like to get out there to the people? It's funny, it's on a Sunday night. I feel like we missed church.
Well, I mean, speaking of conspiracy theories. I got myself on that one. I legitimately got myself on that one. Gotta get that oil! No, like I was telling you that, watch that Dan Kimmons special, that Get Out of Here, Devil.
Okay. It's a stand-up comedy?
It's a stand-up comedy. Okay. He's got that one, he's got one before that he filmed down in Salt Lake. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the motherfucker, I think he's originally from Idaho. So it's kind of funny to watch him on stage and shit. I'm like, oh fuck, is that what we sound like? Because dude, some of his cadence and the way he delivers shit fucking kills me. But he's got a whole thing he does. He talks about conspiracy theories and shit like that. Mm-hmm. You will fucking lose your shit on that one. It's so fucking funny.
Did he? And you said Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on Amazon.
Cool. Any of y'all out there on Amazon? I recommend Invincible.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I recommend watching that. If you guys can stomach it, a lot of people don't like gruesome shit. There's some people that do. It's a
That's-
cartoon.
That is a fantastic, fantastic comic book, and even though they're skipping large swaths of it,
Dave said,
I'm still fucking okay with it, dude. Because literally, they skipped like probably 80 fucking issues, bro.
well, yeah, he's Dave. I was talking to him today about it. That episode before the last one where the clones transferred. He said that was over a long period.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude. Like Robot. Like you never got that much backstory on him ever, and he didn't show up until later. Like
Oh, really? He wasn't from the beginning?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
there's so much shit that they're just kind of like, yeah, we'll just run this like kind of theme here, and then we'll be like, bring that dude in and do this.
Yeah.
And they're just like it's like somebody's just grabbing parts of the storyline, just be like, yeah, no, we're gonna put this here and move that over there. But it's beautifully done. I fucking love that shit.
yeah. Oh, and I'm thinking about getting the figures.
Yeah.
And if I do get them, one of them or at least both of them will be sitting
Yeah.
here one day. At least Omni Man.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the show's about Invincible. He's a cool character, and I think it's funny that every fucking little detail. Mark Grayson. I was like, really? Oh shit! The Justice League or Guardians of the Globe. That one kills me because
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Red Rush.
Yeah.
Not only is he red, not only is he in a rush. He's Russian. he's the Flash.
But you also got to think that at the point in time when those comic books were made, like there was a lot of companies like those guys and Top Cow for a little while, but they kind of ended up going into Marvel anyways. But like all the like Todd McFarlane and all those guys that kind of went off and did their own thing, and that's where Spawn came from and all that shit.
Dark Horse and Vertigo and all that.
Yeah, they went off and they did all that. When those guys first started, man, like Invincible's about that same time period. So there's a lot of artists and little companies out there that are legitimately trying to give just a straight middle finger to the fucking Marvel and DC guys.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Invincible is born out of. It was like, oh, you guys won't do this? You guys wouldn't do this? You guys think this? You wouldn't let us do this? So these motherfuckers are like, good, we're going to take all of that shit and we're going to put a forefront right in your fucking face and we're going to make fucking bank and fuck you. Was half of those guys out there working at that point in time. And it's fucking great. I mean, don't get me wrong. Todd McFarlane's a fucking asshole. And he's lost his money multiple times for being a fucking asshole.
Which I need to talk to you about that. Albion going with the figures and stuff. We were talking about that. The gold label. Gold label is Walmart exclusive.
Oh, is that what that is?
And he says that he thinks that Walmart dropped the ball on fucking McFarlane. That they underballed him on like the whole contract.
Really?
Because look at the figures that go through Walmart exclusive. He goes, they almost look like shit figures.
Yeah.
Compared to the other ones. But yeah. I was like, well, okay, it's a good thing to look at. Because he was looking for a bunch of Spawn yesterday.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
But, oh yeah, that whole elaborating, like how their big fuck you to DC. Like, Omni-Man. Perfect example. Like, Superman, motherfucking God, dude. Mustache. Like, yeah, okay. That's fucking dope.
Speaking on mustache on Superman, so how they did Justice League and they finished up the original filmings and Henry Cavill went off and filmed Mission Impossible 3.
Impossible, yeah.
And they came back and they did the reshoots, so they had to mocap his mustache out. You know about that part, right? Like when he comes down, he's talking to the camera, and that's why his top lip looks fucked up because they had to digitally take out the fucking mustache. So there's a YouTube channel that I watched called Corridor Digital.
Okay.
That are VFX artists and stuff like that. They went back and gave him his mustache back for the entire movie. They went through this entire movie.
The first Justice League movie.
Yeah. And gave Henry Cavill his mustache back. That is the greatest fucking version of Superman I've ever seen. Because it's just super dead. It's like if Tom Selleck was Superman. It's fucking amazing.
That would have been dope.
It's so fucking funny.
That would have been dope.
Because even when he's mad, it's like rage dad mad just because of that fucking mustache.
And dude, the perfect person, Omni-Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
J.K. Simmons.
Oh, dude, I would love to see J.K.
Live version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because dude, have you seen any of J.K. stuff where he posts where he's working out and shit at the gym and stuff like that?
It's like he's still
He's an
doing-
older dude, but he's still getting after it.
All these people are gonna outlive me, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna die soon. Hopefully not next week, but you know.
Look, I have a theory here. None of us here get to have a normal death. None of us here get to lay down and just go to sleep and not wake up.
Yeah.
we're all going to die by some weird, fucking stupid Final Destination fucking bullshit.
Yep.
Or we walk in, go in to take a shower, slip on the bar of soap, and impale ourselves on like a unicorn shampoo bottle. Like, we all go out in some stupid ass fucking ways because we've all lived enough and done enough dumb shit that should have killed us. That now we get to go out like we fall and
Yeah.
just like it's something stupid. Like we put a tie on too tight and collapse our own larynx or some shit. Like that's how fucking we go out. It's some dumb freak accident shit.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Oh yeah. So what's your wonderful Sunday, man? When are we gonna have a next guest on?
I don't know, man. We gotta find somebody to bring on.
Let's see.
I mean, you can always holler at Scrub.
Oh yeah.
Scrub, you want to come on?
Maybe we'll try to get him on for next Sunday.
Hey, whatever.
But yeah. So yeah, let's wrap it up, man. If I can give the people what they like. Love all y'all that listen out there. I mean, we love the feedback. Everybody who comes in tells us, and everybody calls, messages us, tells us, hey, when's the next episode? Which, speaking of, we do have a couple episodes on queue that haven't hit, but they're not nothing crazy yet. One was we always talk about the 2 minutes thing. And I finally gave my 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and
Is that the only one?
no, there's one more, but it's another
Is it
small
like
one.
is it like that other half hour one that me and you did
I
on
think
this
so.
Sunday where we just sat back up and bullshitted for another half hour about absolutely fucking nothing, which isn't
Yeah.
actually any different than what we do on the normal podcast, but fucking whatever.
Maybe I'll have him throw that one up. But
Yeah.
no, soon, if not this week, maybe soon after the next couple episodes, I might throw up my 2 minutes and
Okay.
let people kind of fucking see
And
what we go
for anybody that goes and watches it on YouTube, you'll see some changes next week too. So there's that. So yeah,
Anything else you'd like to tell everybody? Sunday night?
man, just dude, the fuck. On that note, what the fuck? I love y'all. Read a book. I'll see you next time. I got fucking nothing, yo. What the fuck, man?